all night. Say it. I want all night. I want all night. Say it. I want all night. Hello, stranger. It's been a minute since we last kicked it. And by the way, just got in town, and I won't let cumulus clouds all in the sky ruin my vibe. Usually I don't do this often, but since recruiting isn't an option, due to unusual rain and thunder, baby I wonder, would you just put your sweats on for me? Yeah. I got the plug, I made the call for me. I'm talking late night for ya. Let me lay a great time on ya. Don't hesitate, no, don't you? Just say you will. Come through and chill. Just say you will. Come through and chill. I wanna all night. Say it. I wanna all night. I wanna all night. Say it. I wanna all night. Hello, stranger. Fame's been waiting. Just as I recall that ass is still amazing. Playing baby, saying baby, love is shit. You know I'm crazy. So go ahead and put a drink up. I'm so glad we got to link up. Yeah, it's taking that off for me. Yeah. I got the plug, I made the call for me. I'm talking late night for ya. Let me lay a great time on ya. Don't make me wait, no, don't you? Just say you will.
Are you talking? Because I can't hear Ish.
I'm listening.
No, I just came up. I got a bad connection, I think, though, because I hear like a lot of static. All right. It's still the same thing. I don't know what's wrong.
I don't hear anything though.
Are you playing music or something? Because I don't hear no music.
I just cut it off.
Okay.
Y'all come on in the damn room and hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. I cannot believe this. I cannot believe this. Say it ain't so, Cletus. Say this is not so. Y'all said my phone? I ain't on the phone. Not Cookie up there going crazy in her cage because she's jealous. Hey, everybody coming up in the mofo room. Not LB in the chat, child. Hey, y'all. Hey, Kenny Cannot. Hey, child. I cannot believe this. Uppity, Mickey Ficky, Sabrina, y'all see this?
Yeah, I'm like, and y'all see what the charge is.
Let me see if I can make this big for him.
If I have not seen a single black female in Dusty, y'all, this girl, I think, will go to any lengths to attempt to recreate Mel's life, her story. I don't trust anything about Dustpan. I don't. She has been a proven to be a liar. She will go to any means necessary to um put herself in a victim role. And I know, and I feel some, like, part of me feel kind of bad saying it, because it's like, you don't want to, like, not believe a woman, but I don't believe her because she is a fucking liar. I'm sorry. And I gotta stand on that. She's a liar. I could see this girl literally creating some shit that's not real, walking it down there, okay, a month, couple months ago, whenever, and showing them something and getting a warrant based on that. If it's because of her, we don't know. We don't know if the warrant is because of her or another situation. If it's another situation, I'll take all that shit back, and whatever it is, it is. But if it's her, I'm sorry, y'all. I don't trust Dusty. Dusty lies for sport. There is nothing that girl could tell me that I would believe, and that, I know that's fucked up, but it just is what it is. What you think, Tay?
I am just shocked. I am just like completely and utterly shocked.
What's the odds of it being the exact same charge?
This is
domestic violence, third degree harassing communication. What's the odds, y'all? What's the fucking odds when it comes to a liar?
Like, this is nasty work. I don't know if it's, her or not, but I will say that LB looked a little deranged in here in this pic.
Not deranged.
I mean, if you getting picked up on some BS, you'd be feeling deranged.
You'd be deranged too. Yep. Especially if somebody's setting you up because they already know what they can do. And, like, again, you got this chick literally is trying to mirror herself after another woman. If that's not a psycho, what is?
I just cannot.
And y'all, if y'all, I think I put it in my last video about Dusty. Dusty she been setting it up. I'm trying to tell y'all, you gotta watch a motherfucker's patterns. She been trying to set this shit up in her rhetoric with that other retarded ass therapist that she deal with. Every Monday, saying little slick ass lying shit. Oh, I'm telling y'all bullshit.
Yeah, like
I smell bullshit.
I don't. That's if this is Destiny, but the charges is fucking weird to me. But also too, throws out that she didn't say anything about any DV never before. She didn't say like anything about her going through any of that stuff.
And then she's been talking about it the last couple weeks and set up a whole foundation. This bitch, I'm telling y'all, this bitch, it's a setup.
All she does is rinse and repeat. She sees what other people does. She files the same charges. That's why she's been sitting in these scenes with Martell talk about some. Isn't it crazy? The same charges. That's because you are out here pressing the same charges, you bum. And all of this, she's doing all of this, in my opinion, if it is her, to get child support.
Yep. Yes, she a broke ass bitch.
Say that Martell, well, the therapist said it. Destiny didn't say it. The therapist was saying that Martell saved her from LB.
Exactly.
Since when? And why we just about that?
Before she lied and said her daddy did.
And
Say what?
furthermore, she said at first she said her daddy did.
Okay. Yep, she did.
Also, but also, oh wait, thought just left my mind. Give me a minute. It'll come back to me.
This is a good point right here.
Oh, mm-hmm.
I am worried about Melody because Martell is probably going to come after Melody to prove she is violent. I believe Dusty and Martell cooked this up because
I agree.
that Martell put that in his last court filings when he was saying the stuff about the bodyguard. He was also saying that Mel was abusing Sugar Mama or something, the youngest Sugar Mama, in that thing as well, to try to make it seem like it's the same thing that he had been fucking accused of doing. Oh my God.
You know, all they do is project. That's why when they were sitting in that scene talking about, it's so funny that this, we're going to court and it's all for the same stuff. Like they're sitting around, like pretty much plotting against us to bring the same charges. That's nothing but projection. Dusty was saying that because they know that's what they're doing to them, to LBML. But furthermore, what I was going to say, it came back to me. How do you suffer from DV? All of these things, yet and still you want us to be okay with the fact that you're friends with Martell, the one who did all of that stuff to his kids?
That's what I'm saying. Those two things don't line up.
They don't line up.
Like, how are you? Well, in her defense, a lot of DV victims, like, they repeat that cycle in other relationships that they're in as well. Even though she is saying that her and Martell is not in any type of like a relationship, they're just like friends. I wonder, is she still associating with him because that's what she's been through? Like, I'm not saying that she's lying or that she's telling the truth either, but this shit, the charge being the same, is weird as fuck. And also too, what if this is not Dusty?
If it's not Dusty, I'll take it all back. But something tells me this is the work of Dusty.
They let him out in an hour. He was booked today. Not LeBaron being a Sagittarius. Booked today at 7:26. Released. No holds. Released 8:43 p.m. I just don't see him running what he has. And it doesn't say communication because she would have to prove that. It just says harassment. So I wonder, what did she show to prove harassment? And we got to also keep in mind that Shaboing Boing is her good friend. That's her boo.
Right.
That's her boo.
Right. And we already know there's apps, and I think she's friends with.
Yeah, Shaboing Boing was just on her channel as well.
Yeah, and I think, and it doesn't even take a rocket scientist. They have all these fake apps nowadays to conjure up text messages. So I don't know. Is that what it is too? Could be. Who knows? But again, I feel like she's doing all of this to get full custody because right now they have joint. It's 50-50. She gets nothing in child support. She made sure to mention that on a few podcasts that she was on. And, she actually, made sure to downplay him. And, he took everything, even the Tupperware and all of this stuff. And she was saying how she didn't receive child support. So in my opinion, if this is her, which I'm almost 100% sure it is, I think it's all a ploy to get full custody to then get child support. And that's that. Because we know Dusty don't like to work.
Okay, so I just looked up this statute. And it doesn't say communication. It's this Alabama statute that he has been arrested for is a statute that defines third degree DV in Alabama. It includes menacing, which is one of the types of acts that can constitute DV. Explanation: a person commits third-degree DV if they commit menacing against a victim who is a current or former spouse, parent, child, or other person. The victim can also be a person who has or had a dating relationship with the defendant or a current or former household member. To convict, the state must prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendant committed menacing and that the victim was a qualifying person. Other acts that can constitute third degree DV include assault, reckless endangerment, criminal coercion, harassment.
But his don't say DV, do it?
Yes.
It does?
Yeah, criminal
Okay.
trespass, criminal mischief, or an arson. Not the bear can set the damn shit ablaze. Like, no. But his is just for the harassing part. So it's not assault or reckless endangerment, criminal coercion, criminal surveillance, criminal trespass, or criminal mischief, or arson is the harassment part.
Again, if it, I don't want to jump to conclusions, but I can't help it when it comes to Dusty, because I feel like Dusty is just so larceny. She's so larceny, and she lies so much. And that's the thing. See, that's the problem when you tell unnecessary lies, or when you sit and you get caught in a lot of lies over a course of time. When something really does happen to you, it's hard for people to believe it. It's like the boy that cried wolf.
Yep. Now that I agree with that. Like, I wholeheartedly agree with that, because she has been lying so much, caught in a web of lies so much that
it's just hard to believe her.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. Like, that's the woman part of me, the female, the Black woman part of me is like, okay, give her some grace, because if this is really happening to her, how awful would it be not to be believed, right? But then on the other hand, my sensible side of me says, the best way that you can kind of predict future behavior is past behavior. Like, you have shown me who you are. Why would I believe that all of a sudden you would change who you are just in this instance? That's not going to happen. People are who they are. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm struggling with. It's like, I don't know, like, you are such a hellacious liar. And to me, that's the problem with people that lie. It's like, they don't, in their mind, they like think they're getting away with stuff, but you're not. You're creating a narrative where when and if something ever really does happen to you, people are gonna be like, I don't know if I believe it, because you lie so damn much.
Yeah.
That's why it's just good to just tell the damn truth. Just tell the truth.
Dusty not in here with him. So,
and it may not even be Dusty. Like you said, what if it's something completely unrelated? Ciao.
This is unfortunate. Like, I don't want to. Yeah, Keontae. I know that she's been trying to ruin him, trying to get out of that money he's owed her. I I need to know what the
You
fuck this.
mean the money she owes
Yeah,
him?
the money
She
she owes
owes him.
stuff.
Yeah.
It can't be Martell because it has Miss Prince, what you want uppity for? What's going on? I looked up and see if Dusty was in there. She not in there.
And you look at what Paulette said. She has been on this DV kick for the last month or so. It seems like she was setting up the narrative. That's what I'm saying. It literally, like, she has been on out starting the foundation, then she gets on the thing, and she kicks the kickball to Dum Dum Dion, and then Dion takes it and tries to run it in for a touchdown by saying all of these like trigger words, and like setting the story up. Like, it's given a setup to me. Like, first of all, how would you even know anything like this was going to happen unless you have already been plotting and planning? That's the problem with liars. You know what I'm saying? They don't realize that their actions speak much louder than any words they can ever form.
Wait a minute. And you know what? I'm sitting here thinking about it. You know this was a plot. If this was her, we're gonna, assuming this was her, this was a plot because you know what she used that scene with Tisha as a guy said, explain her little nonprofit, but Tisha wasn't in a domestic violence situation. I would never set someone up to be in a domestic violence situation.
But you
Tisha
was trying to set you was trying to how so when you was trying to set Mel up to come to your little field day when you knew Martell was going to be there and you knew he had just been convicted of DV.
That's why she tried to get
Exactly.
Kimmy to do it because she wanted it to fall on Kimmy if Mel did show
Yep.
up and she would
Yep.
play like, oh, I didn't know you had, what? Oh,
Yep.
I didn't know.
Call her,
Tanya,
Kimmy.
yeah, this right here. Tanya says she
Uh-huh.
has been saying this for years. It is not new. Tanya, she hasn't been saying this for years. She only said this the first time I heard her say this is when she was on that Dear Future
Dear
Husband.
future wifey podcast.
She first said that she had experienced DV. She didn't say that it was with him. She said she didn't even know what DV was really.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't know that it was DV. I guess when she said she was fighting back or whatever. So I guess
Mm-hmm.
sometimes people might feel like if they are knucking and bucking that they don't consider that DV or whatever. It could be DV on both ends, but this right here, Tanya, this man has a gag order. Why other people, only people with something to hide want people quiet. No, that's not true. And believe me, I thought this the same thing. I felt like whatever reason he divorced her within them 3 weeks.
Yep.
I feel like he might have lost his shit, and I think he might have put his hands on her. I can see that. I can definitely see that. And for that, he is wrong. He's wrong as fuck. He's wrong. I don't feel like it was something that was continual. I feel like it was something that he did when he found out something about her. And for him to leave her 3 weeks after that baby was born, their first miracle child, I think it probably was tied to that. And I'm not giving him no pass on it because he was wrong. If he did that, he was wrong. And I did and do feel like that could have been the reason why he wanted the gag order. But we also have to look at it like this too, Tanya. Dusty lied about that too.
And did.
On that reunion that she was on when her divorce, during the part with her divorce, Carlos asked her, did they have any type of gag order or anything? And she said no. She just
Mm-hmm.
didn't want to talk about it because he's not on the show and that's her son's father. She said she didn't want to talk about it because I feel like whatever she was going to say was going to be cause for people, because if she said what he did, she would have to say what she did as well.
Her character will also come into question.
It wouldn't, for one, it wouldn't be nothing. Let's be clear on this. It wouldn't be nothing that she could say that would should cause him to lose his shit and put his hands on her. But I know
Right.
that people do that. But
Right.
like I said, in order to call out what he did, she would have called out what she did, and she didn't want to do that.
But I do know that T from TV read some court papers. Is T from TV? Are you in the chat? Because she read some court papers from when they first was going through the divorce, and all up and through the divorce, the DV and harassment and stuff was on her end towards him.
Yeah. That's yeah, I've seen somebody else put that in the chat.
And that was documented in the court papers.
So I also feel like too that was a way for her to say he was doing that to me too. And it's not documented in their court papers about him. It's documented in the court papers about her. So what she could also deem as not knowing that it was DV was when a woman initiate physical contact with a man.
Mm-hmm. Because that became her narrative in their divorce. And she tried to jump up and leave the state with the child. It was a few things that happened, like when they first broke up, that was in those court papers. I know, like I said, if y'all T from TV, she had those videos and those court papers where she read all of that stuff. And it was the opposite. I don't know. Dusty gives me female Martell. You know, when it's something that they've done or they're accused of doing or whatever, they work overtime to try to put that same shit on somebody else. I mean, we witnessed Martell doing it all this season. I cheated, you cheated too. Everybody cheated, you cheat. Like, if they don't own their own shit, they project, and they want their thing is always to level up or level down, or have somebody level up or level down to wherever they're at.
And it's also strange that she only mentioned the DV stuff after Martell got arrested for it.
Yep. Again, and to normalize it.
Thing. Wait, what is this? What do you mean Destiny's law was passed in 2018 in regarding felony child abuse cases? She may be using that name to get support for her nonprofit. Oh, okay. I'm about to say, what you mean? I don't even think Lil Law was even born here. Okay. This one is a tricky situation because we don't
calculated
credit her in something like this, but we also have to look at the facts with her, and she hasn't been credible. She hasn't plotted this whole outcome to coincide with the creation of her DV Foundation, in my opinion. She knew
exactly.
On her channel on Monday was set LB off, and he contacted her, and
there you go. Because she insinuated it on Monday, and she probably knew that he was going to be like, "Stop lying on me. Here you go again, bitch," with them insinuating this, that, the third. So he probably did cuss her out, and then she used that to get this third degree one, this communication one. Maybe I'm telling you, I feel that I just, it's nothing about that girl I trust. She is the most calculated, manipulative person I've ever seen, ever.
And
Yeah, and usually
again,
whenever she come out and does something, LB does follow up because she did something before and she had to take it down or retract it or something because LB be on her head when she be putting out these false statements or, in his
Yeah,
opinion, false statements, and she has to
yeah,
take them down. So
yep,
she knew she baited him. She knew he would reach out, and
yep,
yeah, I agree with this statement.
yeah. That seems like the most because it doesn't make sense all of a sudden that you talking about this. You talking about this. I mean, you like she's manipulative. That's all she does. She is the most manipulative person. Like, ugh, I would hate to have a chick like that anywhere in my atmosphere, my aura, my anything. Like, girl, ugh,
and I can
slut.
see him probably reaching out to her and cussing her ass the fuck out because
And
he's
her
like,
using that.
I take your ass to fucking court again, you gonna be around this bitch looking fucking stupid. And not to
Yeah.
mention, when she got arrested for them last charges, she said that he set her ass up.
That he what?
That he set her up. Remember them last charges she got for fraud?
Mm-hmm.
She said he set her up because she was supposed to been going to her kid's doctor's appointment or something like that. And I don't think
You mean he set her up to get arrested, or he set her up for the charges?
she said he set her up to get arrested. But
oh, okay.
In the chat said that he's been trying to get back at her since the last name. If that was the case, he wouldn't have even married her. And again, the thing is that
her name is already Williams.
Williams. So what the fuck?
That really.
And you have the last name Williams now, and you haven't let
anyway.
it
go. Right.
Like,
so that really doesn't make really like good sense. Yeah.
She did take the name. Like it's Williams, and that's her dad's last name. So
anyway, so yeah.
Stupid storyline kind of stuff.
It was. Yeah. If she was so hell bent on staying to Peyton, she would have ran to get her name changed back to Peyton strictly.
Yes. And the reason why that she was saying that she wanted to keep the Peyton and not put, change it to Williams was because, it was significant for her mother and her brother, which she was saying like her brother was deceased, but she put it as if like her mom and her brother was deceased, like in honor of them. So I didn't understand what the hell the problem was, because I'm like, ain't Destiny's daddy named Williams? Like, what the fuck is the problem? And like, why not just get it hyphenated, which is what she did. So I just think that was some kind of mess. But also, she would not name Law after him, which again is questionable to me. Because if the name was so significant to you about your mom and your brother, then that means to a man, his firstborn miracle child, that's a boy, how significant that would be to him to have his child as his junior. Unless you didn't know who the fuck the father was. And we also know that you can't go in the hospital that day and be like, take her off my insurance, we're not paying. No, y'all still motherfucking.
That was another lie. Again, that was another lie.
And she talking about she had that hospital bill. Is that on your damn credit report?
She also tried to get him locked up for a freaking mosquito bite or something that was on the baby when they made an exchange one time. She tried to get him locked up for AB use against the little boy. For again,
CT scanner and everything.
Child. Yeah, to put radiation in his head, trying to get the father like, who does that? Like, it's weird.
Yeah, this is
the girl is calculative and manipulative.
Thank you, Kendra, for the super chat. Agreed. She is extremely calculated, in my opinion. Yeah, that's why it's so fucking hard. Like, I don't want to be like that, because this is a woman for the channel for women to be able to express themselves and stuff like that. And even like, I don't want to make it seem like we only look at the male situation and stuff like that and have grace for male. It's for anyone that's getting
Mm,
abused or whatever the
yeah,
case may be.
listen,
But she
yeah, you're, yeah,
so fucking much. Like Didum just said, she's literally the girl who cried wolf. And it would
yeah.
be so fucking sad if this shit was fucking true and this was
Hmm.
against her and we didn't believe her because she lied so fucking much.
Right. I mean, at the end of the day, it would be her own fault because that's a character flaw. Like if you fucking lie over shit you don't even have to lie about.
I think it's a mental illness.
I mean, clearly it is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it clearly it is. Like, I mean, the girl got mental health issues. Let's be clear. That's why I don't even know why she sits up there with Ding Dong on Mondays and calls it Mental Health Mondays because it's not helping her at all. Only thing that girl is helping her become more calculative and manipulative.
Yeah.
Like she's
She doesn't
sinking
hold her
deeper into her
accountable.
mental illness.
When you go to get mental health aid or some help, they're supposed to bring you some type of clarity as far as your part, you're doing stuff like that too,
Yep.
and maybe even if it is outside sources, maybe extracting yourself from those. All she does is sit up there and make excuses for the stuff Destiny does. Oh, we're gonna
Yep.
discuss all this stuff. Yeah, we're gonna talk about
And
why
try to
she did
blame
it that
Mel.
way.
Yep.
Yeah, and they
Weird.
just
She's
they
weird.
try to, yeah, like they're so weird. All she does is enhance her obsession because now she's obsessed. So now all they do is literally
Yep.
talk about her. Like
Yep.
it's weird.
It's
But
weird
yeah,
as
she
fuck.
literally lies too much. And I can't stand a person that lies for no reason. If you're gonna
Yeah.
lie, at least have a legitimate reason. Like, listen, yeah, I lied, but hell, I
Right.
thought that was gonna
But
be my
here's
life.
why. Right.
I thought I was gonna go to jail. I thought I was gonna,
Hmm.
be unalived. I thought, something. You have a legitimate reason. Don't lie just to lie.
And then not even that, but
People like that.
the thing that she was saying on that podcast thing with that guy, that she didn't know what DV was. Like, bitch, your mom was a crackhead or is a crackhead. You know what the fuck DV is. Like,
You
you
know,
too
ain't nobody
motherfucking
stupid.
intelligent not to know. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Right.
And
Like,
and you were
explain
well into your fucking damn adulthood, damn almost 40 when you got married and had a child. You know what the fuck DV is. Stop it.
exactly. And
And
DV isn't one of those things where you have to go through it in order to know what it is. Like,
right, right.
stop
Like,
it.
stop it. Thank you for the super chat, love. Y'all going to Beth. It's like, no, Beth. It's like, let me get y'all the money song real quick. Good night.
All I really wanna see is us. I don't really need a D, I need the. All a bad bitch need is us.
Yeah, like I said, this is so disturbing. LB, you should be a damn ashamed of yourself. You have entirely too much going on to lose, and
You know, that's the thing. I don't think they call him La Barbecue. I don't think La Barbecue would come on the show. See, that's the thing. I think that he is private. When it comes to his life, and I think that he would most definitely not film across from Dusty because she lies too much. Like it would affect their relationship with their co-parenting probably with their son even more. It would make it probably more tumultuous than what it already is. I don't think he would film with her for 1 second. I don't believe that.
I agree. And I think that's why he has a gag order. Imagine
Hmm.
someone who notoriously just lies for sport.
Right.
I
For
would put
sport.
a gag order on her too. He has too much to lose. He has a
Yeah.
corporate job that he gets paid well at, a clearance. He's a ex military or Navy, whatever. He served. He has his business, you know, the barbecue spot or whatever. He has too much to lose. And if I'm not gonna lose everything because we live in this society now, all you gotta do is to say this person did X, Y, and Z, and social media runs with it. and we know she is a hellacious liar. I would put all types of gag orders on her. I would put a gag order on her shoe. I would put a gag order on the baby. I would put a gag order on everybody
I
around
wouldn't.
her.
You see
A
what
little
Gloria
forbearance.
Lacey said? She says it feels like a desperate attempt for Dusty to get a contract for next season to get for a storyline. And
Yeah.
like you
Because she
think
is
about it, she
desperate.
set the DV foundation up. She started the conversation with Ding Dong last week. And they've been trying to find ways to say it without saying it, being very calculative and manipulative with that. And now all of a sudden you have this mysterious arrest. I mean, it to me, you know, if it looked like a duck and smell like a duck, it's a duck. It quack like a duck, it's a duck.
Yeah.
You know
Indeed.
what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. And
Now,
it's really sad that I would want to lean more towards, because I agree with you, Tay. This is a channel for women. I feel like any woman in that situation should not be in it, and I have the utmost empathy, sympathy, and all of that for them. But there are also, just like there's anomalies with any other situation, there are with this situation. And as it pertains to Dusty, she might be that 1 or 2% that will manipulate and lie, stretch the truth, and whatever, again, to try to get sympathy.
Absolutely.
And she's obsessed with Mel. I feel like she wants to relive. I think she thinks that that's the formula for her to gain fans. But this shit was really happening to Mel, and it's still really happening to
and
her.
we see it. Yeah, we see this. Like, I don't understand. I just I don't know, because it seems like the stuff that he's taking her to court for is legit. Um,
Yep.
and I don't know if she decided
They
to
always see it his way.
but this person says, let me get to these because I wanted to bring these before I go down, because I see somebody put in the chat that maybe she had Martell do this to her. But this person here says, isn't this the year in their agreement he's supposed to have sole custody of their kid? I don't know. We might have to check with T from TV. And then this
Mhm.
one,
Yeah. No,
right
that's
here, I
that.
bet LB saw Destiny's latest live and Foundation told her to clear his name off of it or else. And she called the cops for harassment. Now we are here.
I
That
can
could
see
be
Facts,
that.
Jill.
how this
I
case
can
goes.
see that.
This case go out. I can see it too. Like, I can
That
see it too. Let me get to this last comment.
wait, before you get to the last comment, that first comment that you mentioned, that was part of the divorce agreement. I don't know. I think it was the actually, it might have been this one. I think that person might be right because originally, remember, he had full custody. Then Dusty took
Mhm.
him back to court, or they went back or whatever. And the agreement was supposed to be um they have partial 50-50 custody because she claimed she was breastfeeding, and at
Mhm.
5 years old he would go with the father. Now I don't know if
Yeah.
there's been any amendments or anything since then, but that definitely was in at least one of the divorce decrees,
And I
and
could
I would
see
assume
her
the second one.
desperately trying to him up before that takes effect.
Right
I could
before.
see it.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
now this
definitely.
right here. I don't know how to pronounce it. What is that? Scugo? I see you've been putting a couple things in the chat. So this one, y'all don't find it strange that LB and Martell used the court to control Mel and Destiny Child? I don't. I see that Martell was doing that. We have to keep in mind that LeBaric left Destiny.
Exactly.
He filed for divorce. Most
It
men in this type of situation, even if they were doing the abusing and all that stuff, they ain't gonna leave the person. They gonna stay with
mm-mm.
it. The person gonna usually leave them. Destiny said she didn't even know what she was going through. So And she
And
never.
she also didn't know she was getting served. If he
Yeah.
wanted to control her, he would have stayed married to her. Again, to me, it's common sense. What makes the most sense? Do you think that if Martell had the opportunity that he wouldn't still be in the house with Mel? He's using the courts as a last resort. LB don't want Dusty. He left Dusty. He divorced her when their baby was 3 weeks old. If he wanted control, he could have just stayed married to her. That makes the most sense.
Yeah, she didn't try to leave.
And not to mention, most men don't. It's rare, like 1%, 1 to 10%. That men actually are the ones that file for divorce. It's usually the women. It's just weird.
And
So not
I'm
that it's
gonna
weird,
give,
but
yeah, I'm gonna give Destiny credit on this, because this is what my original scenario was. Is that, and this is just allegedly, y'all, so don't take it as fact or nothing like that, or that I'm bashing either side. But I took it as he found out that that baby possibly might not be his, and I think he might have beat Destiny up or caught her doing something and he beat her up. And I think when Destiny said like he wouldn't leave and cleave, I think after he did that, because it probably was so out of fucking character for him, but that is one thing that'll make a motherfucking dude lose their shit. Okay? And I think he ran to his mama, and I think his mama then was like, you about to get the fuck out from this bitch, because you done put paws on this girl. You gotta get the fuck away from her. Or Dusty might have been doing that to him, and he probably unleashed on her ass, and again ran to his mama, and she said, you have to get out of this, son. Like, you got to get the fuck out of this, because you under no circumstances can be putting your hands on that fucking girl. That's what I originally thought. With this charge here, it could be the same thing, but in LeBarrick's defense, most men that's beating your ass or was beating your ass, this charge right here wouldn't be the charge. It'll be because he beat your ass and not harass.
And let's keep it real. Dusty is desperate, okay? She wanted to keep that house. She wanted to have money in her pocket. If that had happened, she would have been talking about that a long time ago, in my opinion. 4 or 5 years ago. I mean, and it says it all in the court papers that she was the aggressor. Like, I wish T from TV was in here.
That's the other thing. I think if that was true, then she would have been filed these charges. It wouldn't have just been now.
And here we don't know that he whooped her once he found out that she was cheating. That's what I thought was going on. And when she was saying that she had been in that situation, she didn't say with who. But I thought that like he must have found out something or caught her in something, and he may have. Like, I've been saying that to Didum and the girls. Well, not Didum and the girls. Both of the girls are here. I've been saying that to them, and that's what I think could have possibly happened. I'm not gonna give him grace on that. That's what I think could have possibly happened. But again, with Dusty being such of a fucking liar, I don't know what to think or what to believe right now. I need more details than what this arrest is, because like, he do have a high position. He's got a master's degree. He has his own business. And again, he works at Boeing, where he has to have a security clearance. And he's like maybe an engineer or IT, something like that, project manager there. So I don't really see him risking all of that for somebody that he fucking left.
I think he's going to get a good lawyer, and it'll all come out in a wash. Unfortunately, you're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty, but it's always the other way around, because you look guilty until you're proven innocent is usually how it works. Um, and again, it's unfortunate because of her history of being a pathological liar. You just don't, I don't, you can't lean on that, oh yeah, this probably really happened or whatever. You have to use your critical thinking and be like, okay, now let's think this thing through. I just
Yeah, this right here, brown sugar too. Yes, if Destiny was abused, why is she still friends with Martell? That would be triggering, and I would
and would be,
that would be very triggering, especially
yeah,
when his mood changes. And it
yep,
doesn't matter who's around him or anything like that. His
yep,
mood changes often at the
yep,
drop of a hat. And
yep.
you can't tell me, even when they're sitting there talking about Melody and stuff like that, that he doesn't get angry. And an abused person would get,
They wouldn't want to be in his company,
it
because
would
they would see all, he would trigger them, because they would see all the signs. And let's keep it real. Bird
be
Brain has said a couple of times that she's been yoked up by him. So we know that he's capable, you know what I'm saying, of doing that. And we all remember that day when he was, quote, arrested but not arrested. And when they came on that live and she was sitting there with her face on swole, looking simple. Again, with him having those tendencies, even the fact that, this is the thing, this the difference with Mel's case. It wasn't just an arrest, he was convicted. He is fighting it on an appeal, but he
Yeah,
was
he's found
convicted
guilty.
because the
for
preponderance of
her.
evidence proved that her shit was real.
And
Okay.
Right.
another thing,
So we still waiting to see if this is gonna fall, if it'll happen with him. Because
right.
again, they could
Another
have
thing is
made
that
fake
Dusty
messages.
is uplifting, upholding his mess. Like if he was accused of this and convicted of this, she is now discrediting a victim of DV that she claims she is.
That's another thing too. If he was so abusive, she was taking signs and hiding them. She squatted in his house for 3 years. She didn't pay the homeowners fee. Like, she has, again, the things to me that she's been doing to him. Like, if he had a temper like that, you would be afraid to do that with a person like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know when they gonna, check off into you, or whatever the case may be. Like, she had fraudulently used his name and been convicted of it. Like, there are things that this lady have done that, to me, if you was in a situation where you was ABU'd and scared, you not doing all of this shit. That's some bold ass shit to do to a nigga that's going upside your head.
Yeah, that's true. A woman of strength, Val B, I totally agree. It is time for LB to come out and speak and tell what is what.
Yep. He got
And
to stop being quiet, because she's creating the narrative.
and I also I see T from TV in the chat. If T from TV, if you can come up, I don't know if you're busy or not. If you can come up, because we have some questions about some of the barrack stuff. If you can come up, I do feel it's time for him to tell his story, but this is why I feel like too that he hadn't done it. Two reasons. One, again, he may have put his hands on her. Two, I think that, a lot of men are embarrassed when a woman cheats on them. Like, they get clowned by people and all of that. Like, oh, you got a baby by a hoe. Everybody had her. Like, stuff like that. I think he's very embarrassed about that. One or two things or both. Just my opinion. Just my opinion. That link is for T from TV. Um, or we can have if somebody would come up, we don't want to stay on here too long. It is damn near midnight, and we don't know if y'all got to work for Martin Luther King Day. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, because T from TV, I know you had those documents where it kind of says, what was really kind of going on in their situation. I just don't. I don't know, y'all. And again, like I said, the woman part of me feels like, dang, if this is happening to her, gosh, I feel bad for her. And I hope that, she gets out, that doesn't happen. But I don't. It's something about Dusty that I just don't believe her. I just don't believe her.
Just to be honest, I don't feel it either. And if I felt genuinely that she had been like that, I would have some compassion for her, but I don't. And my compassion doesn't mean that she's lying though.
Okay, T from TV.
I want to see what, because this
she
one.
said she can't come up, but she's gonna go live tomorrow.
Okay. And so y'all make sure y'all keep your notifications on for T from TV, because y'all know she got all the documents from LeBerick and Dusty or whatever. We don't drop every friend that we disagree with. This is way beyond a disagreement. If I'm a battered woman, and this is recent. If I'm a battered woman, I couldn't stomach being around a man that's doing the shit that Martell is doing. Even the shit that we've seen him do in TV. Her watching, if she's seen the episode when he was in Miss Nail's face, if I had been a battered woman, I probably would have leaped on Martell. Like, what the fuck was you doing with that? And even like the way that he was at the field day, like Destiny, you've seen him. You've seen him in Vegas. How you like, I got to do this all the time with him and Mel. That would be triggering for you.
Right.
That's not a disagreement, because why the fuck are you bucking up at her like you about to whoop her ass?
Yeah. And people have to remember and realize too that PTSD isn't just people out the military, or, you know what I'm saying? Like out of the army. People suffer PTSD through real life situations like this too. So him acting like that would,
any kind of trauma.
Yeah, any type of trauma would trigger PTSD. So, or trigger, your emotions from what you went through. And that's exactly what it would have did.
She will have compassion for Melody and not try to minimize the charges, and not sit there and agree with Martell when he said that shit wasn't motherfucking real, or it wasn't true, that he wasn't convicted. Because even if in the storage place where she just wanted to dismiss it, let's say if she just let it go, like, okay, he's delusional as fuck. When he said it in front of Marceau, even though all of them had seen the revenge P and what the fuck they was talking about, then in that moment, she should have been like, Martell, the court say you was locked the fuck up, that you was found guilty. What are you talking about? Like, she still didn't do it in there. What she did was double down on what Martell said and said, now he's saying it's not true. Now how do you feel? The same fucking way, because him saying it's not true don't mean the motherfucking thing, because we see the fucking court documentation.
Right, like this nigga was convicted. Like he wasn't just charged, he was convicted. There's a difference. Like, what are you talking about? That's what I'm saying. It's those kind of weird alignments that she makes with herself that to me makes her less and less of a DV survivor. Like, you not gonna behave that way when somebody that you used to be friends with has an ex-spouse that have been convicted of certain things. And that's another thing. She assists him in harassing his ex-wife with the shit that she does, as far as, just even she just assists him. Like she's an enabler when it comes to him. I can't see anybody that has been a victim of that be an enabler like that. Like, no, it just doesn't even align.
I thought that meant the where it said the disposition of the court. I thought that meant that like court disposition, CLSO. I thought that meant closed, like the court is closed because today is closed. But let me where did I just look that up at? Here. Okay, let me share this really quick. These are the results for court disposition. She means the court disposition is the final outcome of a criminal case or arrest. The disposition can be a conviction, acquittal, dismissal, or other outcome. Convicted, defendant pleaded guilty. The dismissal can also indicate that the prosecutor. Also, we don't know. I think it just means that the court was closed.
Mm-hmm. I just, again, and then all of the antics leading up to this, it's like it got plot written all over it.
Yeah.
Oh, I just started my foundation 2 weeks ago. Oh, I'm gonna keep talking about it and acting like I'm just so a victim on my show. Huh?
Yeah, and after everybody was like, this is some bullshit.
Yep.
Oh, clothes is private. I wonder what happened. Yeah, we y'all, we gonna be up to date on this shit. I will be keeping up to date with this motherfucker case right here. Okay. this is damn show. What we're gonna keep up to date on. Because this is a lot. This is a lot. He didn't have any holes. He had no bond.
So he probably was released on his own recognizance.
Yeah, I'm just speechless about this shit. Like,
I'm not. I can see her doing this. Martell they probably been plotting. I mean, he got to have her dusty ass on the show because he got to have somebody to film with. He beefing with the Snots 1.0 right now. So, he got to have Dustball on there in order to keep, solidify his position. I don't know if she got ass back. I could see her trying to turn the heat up to, get herself back on. Like, again, no. Everything that she has done up to this point points to a person that is not afraid of shit. If when it comes to this man, that is super, super, uber manipulative, and again is a hellacious freaking liar. You done been convicted of fraud, using this man's name, squatting in his house. They said she showed her ass at the doctor's office. That's why she ended up getting arrested there, because they called the cops on her at the doctor's office, and she ended up having a warrant out for her arrest. But again, when you're a narc, you're not gonna blame your own actions. You're gonna blame somebody else. So, he set me up. Did he? I mean, again, I've sat and watched Dusty on the show lie about the shit that don't even make no difference. She'll fucking lie about it. It's weird. She is a pathological liar.
And is, like I said, to the point at this point, it's given mental illness, because it's showing also too that she believes her lies. Like, how many times have she said that her and that she left Moses and all this type of shit when it's convenient? But then when Sonny's around, you act like Sonny started going with him when you were still with him, when you already admitted that y'all was done.
You already, again, making up shit. She makes up shit. First you was done in April, then y'all was still together in August. Then you again you lie by omission because you read text that's out of context. Like Destiny is a fucking liar, man. Like this
Like
chick just lied.
trust all of this stuff. Kim Jenkins said Dusty Foundation was reported to the state, maybe for fraud, allegedly. Oh shit.
Damn.
He was released very quickly, I think in like an hour or so. So he wasn't in there for that long, and he didn't have any bond. So they probably took him down to process him and then let him out. She was embarrassed and trying to do the same to him, in my opinion. She strikes me
Yep.
as the same thing she said about Mel, vengeful. She's like that as well. But the thing,
Exactly.
I think she tried to do it to motherfuckers that ain't done shit to her.
Yeah. She does it to people who she can't figure out how to manipulate and get her lies to work on. If she, just like Martell, if he can't manipulate you, or if you don't believe him, he immediately goes into this weird ass rage where he's like, he got to make you believe what he's saying when basically he's just fucking lying, but he mad because you don't believe his lies. It doesn't allow them to live in their, that's how you know that they're mentally ill, because when you don't believe their lies, it doesn't allow them to live in the fantasy world that they have built inside their damn head.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know this person. I don't know how to pronounce the name. You're not gonna get shadow banned. Like, you saying what you want to say. Like, that's your opinion about.
Yeah.
You all have.
I think you've made some really great points because you coming from your perspective.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, you're not gonna get banned or not like that. Like, you don't have to agree with us when we don't have to agree with you. Like, we can hear all aspects of the situation, because it might, like I said, you might know something we fucking don't. But again, I'm going off history in this point before I crucify a person that seems to be on the up and up. I'm gonna go with logic. I'm gonna go with logic. And
what I will say too is, if it's found out that I'm completely wrong off the marker, and this is what it is, and blah blah blah, and there's evidence to prove it, I will apologize to Dusty over and over again, because I don't have a problem admitting when I'm wrong. I have no problem with, hey, listen, I had it wrong that time. But I just, again, my gut, my spirit is just telling me, ooh, she lying. She's lying.
Person, like, we have to, like, you can't deny that. You have to look at a person's character. Dusty makes it hard for people to rally with her and believe her with this shit, just like the custody shit with Mel and stuff like that. She was talking that shit. We got the same judge. I'm the same car. I'm going the same thing she going through. Then why the fuck are you bros and sis with a motherfucker that's putting somebody through that shit when they don't even fucking need to or have to, and they're abusing their motherfucking kids? You try to put that same thing on LB when you hanging with a motherfucker that you seen fucking court documentation of what the fuck he was doing to them kids.
Yep.
So no, ma'am. Like, we gotta
question. And he's admitted it. He's admitted it on a live.
Yes, we have to question this one right here. Like, we got to. We have to. Considering what the fuck, who we working with.
Considering the source.
Like, we was on Patreon last night when we found out who was it? Kenna Kanate. Not Kenna Kanate, it was Simply Messy. The other part of the Siamese twin up here, but she was like that, Mel, they in the first episode, Mel, it was said that Mel had slapped the shit out of Martell in front of all of them. And Tisha was like, yeah, probably when you said that shut the fuck up shit. Like, none of us like even realized that, but y'all know Simply. and simply was like, run it back. We got it. It's on. And we ran it back, and there it was. So, you know, even for some of us, like, Mel wasn't doing it. We can see, even back then, season 1, episode 1, it was told in there that Mel had slapped the fuck out of Martell. I mean,
that's true.
Like, sometimes women don't realize, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't agree with it on a woman's side, and I don't agree with it on a man's side. That's why with the mouth that I have, the shit that I talk, I do that shit over the phone to prevent fucking being it. Because if I do it in their face, I got some heat on me. Okay, I got some heat, I got some mace, I got my taser, my pepper spray, one of the four, something, because I already know the shit that I'm saying, even though it be wrong for him to do that to me, I understand that sometimes your words can get your ass popped in a fucking mouth or get your shit out. And I don't want that to happen. So I keep those type of conversations on the phone. When you see me in person, it's, hey, we done made up. But over that phone, when you can't physically grab my ass, it's going to happen. So, and again, I don't put my hand on men. I don't play. I don't put my hand on men because I don't want them to hit me back. Because if they hit me back, it's going to be a real damn problem. They probably going to fuck me up. Okay? But we're going to be fighting. That's on P, okay? We're going to be fighting. But I know at the end of the day, he's probably going to win. But like I said, I don't agree with the stuff, but in this case, like I said, sometimes people lose their shit, and everybody is capable of losing their shit. Does it make them a woman beater? It means they have beat a woman, but do it make them a woman beater? Because I feel like a woman beater is somebody that does this shit continuously, not losing control. Again, I know people can lose control, and it's not right, because people should have control over themselves. But sometimes that type of shit happens.
T from TV said, from their history, LB has been the one calling the law and getting them involved. He has been doing stuff by the book, as it seems. So I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like he that again, the history has been that he's been the one that's like, bitch, I'll call the law, but you not hemming me up.
Yeah. Right, Paulette. The show Snap wouldn't exist if no one lost control. And that, hey, Miss Sheila Williams, that, like, people are capable of snapping, like, even the mildest person. We've seen, you know, just as country bellish as Mel is, we done seen her do the fucking fool on them. Like, what's up? What's up? I'm sick of this shit. What's up? And I know Miss Nell be rah, rah, rah and stuff like that. But I think, you know, she'll pop, like she said, in Houston, she was like, Martell gonna make me slap the shit out of him. Like, Mel, get this motherfucker. Get it. Miss Sheila Williams, let me read. Here go the what the charges mean again. Alabama code. This is the code for that I pulled from the website. The statute that defines third degree DV in Alabama. It includes menacing, which is one of the types of acts that can constitute DV. Here, the last one. Well, this right here is just saying who can be, you know, charged with this, and you have to be current or former spouse, parent, child, or other person. But it has to be some type of, you know, relationship, or like if you live with the person and y'all was like roommates, it can be considered DV. That's why we know that Stormy didn't have any charges, but also we know that Stormy was lying about what the charge was. DV harassing communications that couldn't have been it because she had never lived with any person that she was saying came to her warehouse or anything like that, or dated them. Well, since we are currently considering that she does like women, she may have had a date with them. I don't know. Allegedly. So here, other acts that can constitute third-degree DV includes assault, reckless endangerment, criminal coercion, harassment, which is, we see that is the harassment, criminal surveillance, criminal trespass. I wonder why Martell didn't get any of these things as well. The trespass, because remember the lawyer had to file a motion for him to stop popping up at her house.
Yeah, that was a warning. If he would have did it again, then he would have been, he would have got the trespassing. But so, I think that was, the lawyer, that was Mel and the lawyer giving them grace. We're asking you not to pop up, If you do, it's considered trespassing. You'll be breaking the law. Like, it's best to send a warning shot off first. And then if he had done it again, then of course, then they would have been able to charge him with it, because now you've been warned, what the perimeters are, what the rules are, and you still breaking the rules. But so I think he stopped doing that.
Yeah, just like the judge did with when they put in the probation that he cannot contact her only about the kids. And then once he was found to be calling her and contacting her from whatever he was either watching her or somebody else, it was amended. So, and they also sent that order and got in contact with their child custody case judge to let them know he can't even contact her for kids. Okay, so no contact. This T from TV, thank you, T from TV. Dusty also says she tried to work it out with him before they went ahead with the divorce. On top of him being the one that filed for the divorce, seems he wanted to get away from her. That is a very good point. And this is another point with that too. She said when she was rocking the baby, she went out to the car and was rocking the baby in the car. And the process server pulled up and served her with the divorce papers. She said he was in the house. She said she didn't go in the house and say shit to him about the shit. She acted like it didn't happen. And then she said she was just going on because she thought that they were working it out. She said, she thought they were making up and working it out. And she said something like he said he wouldn't go through with it or something like that. He didn't want a divorce no more. But my thing is that you had in the papers, in those court documents, in his divorce filing, he put in there that he wanted full custody of the child. The child was 3 weeks old. That he wanted full custody. And that shit was granted. And Mel gave her money to hire an attorney. But this is my thing. And also, too, let's not forget that Mel said she had told her something about LB and she stopped fucking with LB, period, and found out that Dusty was lying. But
she found out that she was lying.
Not even that, but if you put in these divorce papers, I don't give a fuck about you want a divorce. You want a divorce? Okay, we can do that.
Right.
Why the fuck are you putting in here you want full custody and our baby only 3 motherfucking weeks old? Yeah. Why would you put in there? I ain't fucking with you. I'm not fucking with you. You going too far now. Because why the fuck do you want full custody? And you know what I'm saying? We just had this baby 3 weeks. Like, you ain't say joint. You talking about full custody of a baby I just fucking had after 18,000 miscarriages allegedly.
Full custody is crazy.
We ain't got shit to talk about. So for her to not even show up for fucking court, if you said you gonna take that shit, maybe you was mad at the point. Motherfucker, we going down there together. And you canceling this shit. I'm not taking your motherfucking word. I'm not taking the word of a motherfucker that just served me with divorce papers 3 weeks after I just had a baby, stuck me with a
Not even a
$100,000
month.
hospital bill, and then now I'm going to trust that you are going to go and make shit right with the court and cancel these damn divorce papers when I didn't even know your motherfucking ass had filed them. And then again, that's another lie, because when were y'all talking about it when you said you never said nothing about the shit? So what you thought you was about to go in there, fuck him before your 6 weeks was up, and then get him to turn back, and he probably took the cat because it was COVID. So he like, shit, cat too infected out here in the street, and court proceedings will prevail. No, like that don't sound right. I'm not doing that shit. Yeah, he was just arrested. I don't think the charges, Tanya, was dropped. I think that CLOS means that the disposition of the court right now is closed. Just like the court is closed. I think that's what it means.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, again, I don't think it's going to stick. I think with Dusty, she wanted him to have a mugshot because she had one. And in her mind, she blames him. She blames him for her going to jail for the fraud that she committed. You know, it's his fault because, again, she don't take accountability for the stuff that she does. Let's not forget, she's the one that signed his name without his permission. And I don't know what they call that in, you know, other states, but they call that ish fraud in the court system.
She's a female Martell. She never wants to take accountability. It's always someone else's fault. Even if she did something and was caught, it's like, instead of being like, dang, like I shouldn't have done that, it's going to be, well, why'd you tell them I did it? Like, get the hell out of here, Dusty.
Yes. Like this is a lot. Like I said, we have to take all things into consideration, and just we're gonna have to step back and see how this plays out, and we need to see what's gonna go into the court papers, because yes, Alaka, that is fraud in this country as well. It was also alleged she had me.
Hey, Alaka.
Hey, yeah, I forgot to speak to Hair Locker. Not to Hair Locker, but I forgot to speak to Locker. It was also alleged she had men in his home. That does not seem like the action of someone that fears or was abused by someone, in my opinion. And this is probably when that one situation that I was talking about may have happened, because she had no qualms even having Moses in that was for the bury. And just to throw out another thing of how disgusting that Destiny is and how delusional she is, because part of their divorce was for, hey, Somali Queen, was for her to she get to stay in the house for 1 year. He paid a mortgage and stuff. It was supposed to be free in exchange for child support or whatever. He stayed in that house, I think, for damn near 3 years after.
Dang. Okay.
For one, like, Destiny, you didn't even need that house. She had already had her father get another house for her. So she had another house. It wasn't extravagant and nice as that house was, but it was a nice house. It was a nice house for you and your son. Their son was like 6 months or something like that. And she was like, I don't want to uproot my son from a place that he used to. Bitch, are you fucking serious? He don't know where the fuck he at. He can be over there in a fucking manger in Bethlehem. As far as he know, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
You don't know what, like, are you serious? So like, I'm like, she's selfish because
she's a con artist.
That house was $500,000. And for you to to stay there. I know the mortgage. It's an echo. I know the mortgage had to be like at least 2,000 or 3,000 a month, maybe. So instead of you getting that money to help you and your son, you gonna let him waste it on a big house that you don't even need and don't even have the fucking shit furnished, and then you there without that you supposed to been out that motherfucker, and then you had the destiny to have men coming there while he paying himself for it. Because he can't fuck up his credit, and you know he can't fuck up his credit per his job. So you knew he was going to continue to pay that shit.
Right. And again, those are some bold moves to be a victim of an AB user. Like those are very bold moves. She's not moving like a normal survivor would be.
Yeah, she was supposed to have it refinanced within a year in her own name. She knew her credit was fucked up, so she couldn't have done that. But I want to know too, what did she do with her credit? Like, how did her credit get so jacked up? Because they had just purchased the motherfucking home like a year before then, and again, she was on that mortgage, and they didn't even have to put anything down on the house. Probably because of his stuff that he had, his VA stuff, but also if she was going on there, her credit would have had to still been good as well. So how did you fuck your credit up within that month? I mean, that year. If they was even married for a complete year. I think they was only married for a complete year because of the time, including the divorce. So yeah, I just don't, I don't understand this. I hope that he did not do anything to Destiny and he wasn't doing what he's accused of to anybody. And if this did happen to Destiny or someone else, I pray for them as well.
Absolutely. I agree 100%. Like, if it did happen, I pray for you. If it didn't happen, you know, you are going to reap what you sow.
Yes, like this is going, and again, that story that Brownie was talking about and stuff like that. And that girl was saying that the guy people had put this hex on her, this witchcraft shit on her, and when she was over in Korea, this lady just told her, you got roots or something on you, somebody put something on you, and everything that people are believing about you is him, and what they're believing about him, they're seeing you in it. So this could be this. Mel, remember not too long ago when Mel was live and she said out loud on that live, she said, everything you put on me, I throw it back on you. She had to say that because that's what the lady was saying. And another friend of mine here on YouTube told me that too. Y'all remember when I was going through my shit last year, they told me like, this bitch put a thing on you and this is what you do. And I did that and things start getting better or whatever, and stuff like that. So that's, LeBerick might have to do the same thing because it seems like they're working overtime to get at him and Melody. And Martell don't hang with LeBerick and LeBerick don't hang with Martell, because if that was the case, Destiny wouldn't be hanging with Martell because right, we see them too tight outside of the show, filming, not filming, all of that. We don't see Martell with LeBerick there. We don't even see him going to the place to get a plate.
Never. We never see them two together, LB and Martell.
Nope. It's so like LB don't even F with him.
Yeah, the only thing I can remember is
Right.
one time he tagged like them in some picture or something, and I think LeBaric had liked it or something like that. Other than that, I don't see him deal with him. I only see Dusty deal with him. Yes, the
Exactly.
Destiny swap. Yeah. Thank you, Missy Love. Alaka said, "Does anyone know Dusty's history and why her Michelin Man looking self turned out to be so manipulative and fundamentally deceptive? A psychopath, compulsive liar with garden tool tendencies." I cannot. Not the educated read. Alaka. Destiny is real manipulative. I think from her childhood. She said her mom was on drugs and stuff like that. She could have developed those tendencies like that by seeing her mom maybe manipulate drug dealers and stuff like that to get, a hit or something like that. Yeah, it could be a lot of different things that would bring her to be so damn manipulative and stuff like that. There could have been survival mechanisms, all type of stuff. Because she talks about a lot of stuff, like she's, did acting and stuff like that. And she was living in, LA and, Atlanta, Tennessee, all of that type of stuff. So she's been around and stuff like that. So maybe she, have been in some situations or whatever the case may be. But I don't know, for whatever reason, this is a slick ass bitch. I just think that she is fucking mentally ill. She is a psychopath. Something is not clicking all the way up here. When Sonny said tonight about Shaboing Boing needing therapy, Dusty needs some too, and she needed from somebody other than what's that crazy lady name? Dion.
And do. and again, she don't need it from Dion because Dion is a weirdo.
Yeah, she could have been
complete and total weirdo.
C baby. She could have been a C baby too. But yeah, something is very much so wrong with the way that she lies.
It's the only thing that you can guarantee that she's going to do is lie. If crazy.
If that's it, the truth be told, if it's one thing, is that she will lie. Like she's gonna lie about something. Like truth be told, so we gotta take what she say with a grain of damn salt. Because she's a fucking flat out bona fide ass damn liar.
Yeah.
Okay.
I listen. I want to have grace, but her history and her past is just not giving it. And the antics that she's been pulling leading up to this is screaming to me that she plotted it, and that's unfortunate. Again, and we could be all the way on the wrong track. It may not even be Dusty that got him arrested. It could be a whole nother person. And if it is, then we have to start looking at LB a totally different way, because that would be the second person that accused you of some type of harassment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, nigga, you got something going on if it's more than one person. Or, like I said, if it's not Dusty, then we having a whole nother conversation, unfortunately.
Yeah. That look she gave that therapist Dion that day when she just was talking about the show or something, and she didn't say, like, she didn't make any like you were wrong or anything like that. She just said the scene that they was about to talk about, and the way Dusty stared at her, that shit was fucking disturbing. I felt that shit through the screen. Like that was a disturbing ass look. And it was like personalities, just like Martell. Remember when Martell interviewed with the content creator and you see him changing personalities throughout the fucking interview?
Yes, yes. It was the same situation. Like they got a demonic spirit up in them. Like it's weird AF.
Yes.
And you could actually see it happening in real time. Like I be so scared for Ding Dong because I be thinking to myself, this girl, if the rumors are true and they live in the same house, she got to go to bed tonight. Is she gonna be able to sleep with that crazy motherfucker? Because if she don't agree with her, if she doesn't agree with her, the conversation is over, and she'll be like, well, I told you, you just didn't get it right. Like she never will be like, you know, I see it, I've seen it your way, or what. Like she never gives that girl any grace. If that girl goes off saying something that she don't want her to say, she stares her down, she starts getting the attitude, and then she starts cutting her off, as a sign of disrespect, to let her know that, yeah, we not doing that here. You gonna agree with me, or you gonna get the hell off my panel or whatever.
Now I have a question, because
Mhm.
people were saying this before. Destiny and Dion live together?
I don't know if that's true, but people have been saying it around these YouTube streets that they are roommates. Again, I cannot confirm or deny.
Paulette talk about the worst roommate ever on Netflix. Yes, that worst roommate, that shit be, them people be on some shit. Not what
Scary.
happened to Baby Jane. Y'all ain't shit. Miss Bridget J, what you doing in the chat acting a damn fool? Whatever happened to Baby Dusty? Right. Whatever happened to Baby Jane, child? Yes, I don't like that shit is just not a half a grain of salt. Child. I
Just a
cannot.
pinch. Just a little
Right.
pinch.
Pinch of salt, pinch of truth. Cause baby,
Mhm.
I got to know the outcome of this shit right here. So we
For
are definitely
real.
our eyes to this motherfucking street, because
Yeah,
something is not right.
definitely isn't. It's it's something. We've I don't know. We got like you said, we gotta keep our eyes and ears peeled. Um if he's innocent, it'll all come out, especially in the court and all of that stuff. It's just the public humiliation that goes on, you know, right now for him is probably, it's bad with the type of job he has and all of that kind of stuff like that. Um, but if he's found, not guilty, or the public court of public opinion starts to see a different type of LB, baby, he better get ready.
Yeah, like yes, this is something. So, all right, y'all, we gonna head on up out this mall.
Yes. Y'all leave y'all comments down in her comment section,
Yeah.
like saying how y'all feel, what y'all thoughts are, all of that stuff.
Like, no good. We gonna call them on live tomorrow. I'm just
Like, can we call him? Yep, yep, yep. Let's reach out to him.
because I'm saying, like, if this shit is true, LeBear, we eating your ass up too, baby. Okay, now that good brisket.
Right. You need to clarify some things, because
Right.
we can't get no clarification from Dusty, because it will never be, because it'll be just a whole nother lie.
Thank you, CLJ. Trump said, if you say it enough, folks will believe it. And that has been proven fact. If people say stuff about somebody or do something, or people start to believe it. So we gonna see what's going on and what's manifesting out of this, because baby, I cannot believe this. I am shocked. And like I said, I just, LB, you got some splaining to do. Okay.
And do.
All right, so let's get up out of here. Make sure y'all hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Also,
Yes.
hit the reaction button throughout the video. Well, we about to end it now, but I think y'all
Right.
okay.
Too late.
Right. But thank y'all for coming on with us this late. Okay. Thank y'all. Bye. Thank you for the support.
Bye.